Some say the Amalfi Coast is only for the rich, a playground of yachts, luxury villas, and price tags that'll make your wallet tremble. But what if I told you that they're wrong? What if I told you that you could live the dream for less than the cost of a weekend at home? In this journey, we're going to chase sunsets from the edge of lemon groves, walk ancient Roman paths carved into mountainsides, and dine like royalty, all for under €100 a day. Welcome to the Amalfi Coast on a budget, but with no compromises. Be sure to stick around till the end for all the best tips and how to find out exactly how much you're going to spend. Day one of this 4-day adventure begins with an arrival to Naples International Airport. Nice and early in the morning, giving you the best possible start to your trip while also maximizing the limited amount of time that you have on the beautiful island. Once you've exited the airport, make your way toward the bus stops and jump onto the Alibus, which will take you directly to Naples Central train station. This journey will cost €5 and will take about 40 minutes. From here, take the train to Salerno, where the journey time is another 40 minutes. Prices for this are also similar, with fares costing about €5. Now, a short 15-minute walk from here is your next destination, Salerno Ferry Terminal. And this is your final mode of transport before arriving in Minori. This 40-minute ferry crossing gives you some of the most beautiful sights of the Amalfi Coast from out at sea. You can purchase tickets for this for around €9. Total travel time is about 3 hours, so this still gives you plenty of time left in the day for exploring. The total travel cost is €19 or about $22. From the ferry, make your way to your accommodation, which is the B&B Palazzo Vingius Minori. Now, this bed and breakfast offers truly magnificent views of the ocean and is in the perfect location for your stay. Prices for a 3-night stay come in at about €400 or $460 for 2 people. But this also includes breakfast, so it's going to save you from spending money on your first meal of each day. Breaking down the cost per day and per person, it'll cost you about €67 a night. Now, this might sound pricey, but trust me, it's well worth it for the location and the views. Drop off your bags and freshen up before heading out for the afternoon of exploring the local area. A link to this B&B will be left in the description below. Now, I'd imagine after all that traveling, you're ready for a bite to eat, so take a short 4-minute walk to La Botte Minori. Here, you're going to find a traditional restaurant serving up fresh local food for an extremely cheap price. Here, you can pick up a pasta dish or a seafood risotto with a drink for about €15. Be sure to arrive here before 2:30 p.m. though, as they do close in the afternoon before opening back up for dinner service. It may be worth heading there just before checking into your B&B if you arrive at Minori just before they close. After that, take a stroll down to the Minori Promenade. This is a serene and often overlooked gem on the Amalfi Coast, and it's in the perfect location to snap up some photos. Here you'll get beautiful compositions of calm beaches with green hills rising in the background, all offering some of the most unique photo opportunities in this part of the world. Down here, you'll find plenty of cafes where you can sit out front and relax while taking in the views. The first paid attraction of the trip is a small €3 entry fee into Via Romana et Antiquarium. Inside, you're going to find a beautifully preserved 1st century Roman villa, tucked away just a few steps from the Minori Promenade, which is a true hidden treasure for history lovers and photographers alike. It features elegant mosaics, ancient frescoes, and even a small inner peristyle garden. Minori is most famous for its lemons, and you can follow the Sentiero dei Limoni, which is also known as the Lemon Path. This will take about 45 minutes to complete the full trail. Even if you don't plan on walking the whole length, it's still worth taking a short walk up the path to just admire the views. For an evening meal on your first night, head to Giardinello Ristorante. This restaurant's got some of the best outdoor seating, offering stunning views. Just like most restaurants in Italy, they serve up fresh homemade traditional dishes. Grab another pasta dish or one of their seafood options. For a main dish and a glass of house wine, this will bring your bill to around $20. Spend the rest of the night relaxing either at the restaurant or back down the promenade before getting an early night after a long and exhausting first day. Day one's total spend should come in at about €124 or $142. And this includes your travel from the airport, B&B fees for one night, and food. So please be aware though, these prices are per person, and this is based off 2 people traveling together. Hey, and you should keep traveling along with us. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any other videos from our channel. Let's get on to day 2. Now, day 2 starts off by getting fueled up in the B&B and then taking advantage of the breakfast that's included. Be sure to drink plenty of coffee and grab some fruit as a snack for later on in the day, as the first full day of exploring the coast will involve plenty of walking. Heading out and down to the bus stop as early as you can will give you more time for exploring, so it's advised that you get up early and make the most of your day. Buses start around 7 a.m., and the first one you'll need to catch will be from Minori to Amalfi. This will take about 20 minutes and cost €2. This isn't your final destination, though. You're going to need to catch a second bus to Bomerano. This one's a little longer, and the journey's going to take 45 minutes, and the fare is going to cost about an extra euro more. Now, once you've arrived here, you're going to want to head toward the Sentiero degli Dei, or known in English as the Path of Gods. Now, this is a 7-kilometer hike across the hills of the Amalfi Coast, which offers some of the best views of the Italian coastline. And really, come on, the best views in the world. Some of the most iconic views from here are the sheer cliffs, the vineyards, and Positano, which is located off in the distance. This is a public trail, so there are no fees, and this walk is classed as an easy to moderate difficulty, as there are some rocky parts in places, so be sure to wear suitable footwear and bring plenty of water, as there are no shops along the trail. It should take just under 3 hours to complete the walk. The trail may end, but your journey is far from over. After arriving into Nocelle, you'll descend over 1,700 steps into the town of Positano. This walk will take you about 30 to 40 minutes, but rest assured, if your feet are all worn out, there's another option to take the local minibus down into town for only about €3. Lunch at Il Fornio, which is situated slightly uphill from the main beach and away from crowds, is the perfect location to sit back, relax, and rest up those feet. Try one of their affordable pasta dishes or even a caprese salad if you want something a little healthier. Lunch here should cost no more than €15, which is a great price considering the location. After either, spend the afternoon relaxing down at the beach or carrying on exploring all of the beautiful sights that Positano has to offer. Here you'll find many different artisan shops selling all sorts of different gifts, ranging from lemon ceramics, linen clothing, and locally made sandals. You're also going to find the Church of Santa Maria Assunta, which is located right in the heart of Positano. This church was originally founded in the 10th century, with major reconstruction in the 18th century. Free to enter, this is a great way to spend the afternoon admiring one of the most iconic landmarks in Amalfi. There's also plenty of good photo opportunities, so be sure to either bring a camera or make sure that your phone has plenty of charge so you don't miss out on capturing these moments that'll last a lifetime. Returning back to Minori, you've got two options. You can either take the bus from Positano into Amalfi and then onto another bus back to Minori for about €5, or the more scenic route is via the ferry. Now, this ferry is going to cost about €12 and is only recommended if the weather is nice, as it offers beautiful sunset shots from the ocean. After stepping foot back on dry land, the perfect location for an evening meal is Locanda de Pescatore, which is only across the road from your B&B. Here they offer different catch-of-the-day dishes, or you can try one of their traditional pasta dishes, which can be paired with clams. Try a glass of their house wine for about €4. At that price, you can afford a second glass. And depending on how hungry you are after a busy day walking around, will depend on how much the bill might be, but you should budget about €20, which is about $23. Spend the rest of the evening relaxing around this beautiful town and reflecting back on another epic day exploring. Day 2 sees us spend another €67 on our accommodation, about €35 on food, and $14 on transport, with all the day's activities not costing a cent. The total spent for the day is €116, which brings the total trip amount up to €240, or about $275. Let's talk about the best way to travel around and the best time to visit. The best way to travel up and down the coast is via the Sita buses, S-I-T-A. Now, these are super cheap and cover all major towns along the coast. A tip when traveling on these buses is to sit on the right-hand side, as these offer the best views of the coastline. Ferries are also a great option, as these offer the best scenic views and are often the least stressful, as there's more room to move about and you don't incur any traffic. Sit on the top deck for the best views. Walking and hiking is the best local immersion, as some of the towns are best explored on foot, as you don't want to miss out on some of the hidden gems. Please be sure to pack suitable footwear, though, for your trip, as a lot of hikes will require them. April through June, or September to October, are classified as the best months to travel on a budget. This is because accommodation rates can be as low as 50% compared to summer months. There are smaller crowds also, so it's easier to navigate around the streets, and the weather is still generally good this time of year, which makes sightseeing pleasant, and maybe even it gives you a chance to take a dip in the sea. Now, let's get on to day 3. Waking up on day 3 starts just like the second, with breakfast at the B&B. Enjoy some light pastries and a coffee out on the terrace overlooking the beautiful sea view. From here, it's back down to the bus stop for another journey on the Sita bus from Minori to Amalfi. This should take about 20 minutes and cost about €2. Once you've arrived into the town, head straight to Amalfi Cathedral, or as the locals call it, Duomo di Amalfi. Originally built back in the 9th century, it's been rebuilt and expanded over time. Climbing up the 62 steps leads you to the cathedral and offers some great views from a height. The cathedral also houses relics from St. Andrew, bought from Constantinople in 1206. The main church is free to enter, but there's a small €4 fee to enter inside the museum. Located just outside is the Piazza del Duomo, and this is a great location to sit and relax before heading off for some lunch. The perfect cozy spot for somewhere to eat is just behind the cathedral stairs at a place called Taverna degli Apostoli. Now, here you can expect to find budget-friendly pasta dishes and daily specials. Opting for a tap water with your lunch will help bring the price down. Main course meals here will cost you about €12. Early afternoon sees us catch either another bus or taking the hour-and-a-half hike up the hill via Val de Dragon into Ravello. Now, the easiest option is by catching the Cita bus or a local minibus into the neighboring town. This will take about 30 minutes and cost you €3. After arriving into the town, head straight to Villa Ruffalo, which is known as the crown jewel of the Amalfi Coast. This also has some of the most mind-blowing views of the Mediterranean seas. Formerly the home to a wealthy merchant family, it now serves as a tourist hotspot. There's a €7 fee to be paid to enter into the grounds, but it's well worth it. Climb into the Belvedere for an iconic shot of two medieval towers that are framed by cypress trees and the bright blue of the Amalfi Coast below. I'm sure you've seen this famous shot before, but now you can take it actually for your own. You see it on postcards all the time, but now with your very own eyes and your camera lens. After you've taken some time to slowly wander around the stunning gardens, spend the rest of the afternoon exploring the quaint streets that this town has to offer. From beautiful old buildings to even the chance to do some limoncello tasting, there's plenty of options depending on what you fancy. Grab a lemon sorbet and a lemon shell before you make your way back to the bus stop for your return journey home. Here you'll need to catch the bus back to Amalfi before hopping back onto another one back to Minori. This should cost you about €6 in total. The location of choice for your final evening meal is Ristorante Pizzeria Garum. Try one of their wood-fired pizzas or a local pasta dish. This is another affordable restaurant that serves high-quality food. Again, try one of their house wines that they have to offer here for a price between €3 to €5 a glass. €20 should be what the price of a meal and glass of wine should cost you here. With this being your last night in this magnificent part of the world, take some time in the evening to maybe walk down the lemon path again, or maybe just find somewhere to sit down and enjoy the views of the small sailboats out in the ocean. The total spend for day 3 is about €121, which could be about $140. This day sees us spend a little more on attraction fees. These total €11. The B&B fee, again, is €67. Transport is $8, and the food comes in at about $32, depending on how much you drink, giving us a €361 spend so far across 3 days. Or, in dollars, this works out to be about $413. Now, your fourth and final day of this epic adventure will start just like the rest of them. Sit with a morning coffee, admire the stunning views from your B&B terrace, and just relax. Once you finish getting fueled up for the day, check out of your room, but leave your bags behind reception as we've got more time for exploring and relaxing before you need to go back to the airport. If you want to just sit back and relax on your final day, then head back down to the promenade. Here you can lay down a towel and soak up some summer rays, or dip your toes into the sea. Spend some time exploring around some of the souvenir shops that you might have missed, and maybe pick up a gift or two to take home. But if you feel like you've got some more exploring left in the tank, then head down the lemon path and back to the neighboring town of Minori. Now, if you got the time, visit the Castello di San Nicola de Toroplano, which is free to enter and should take you about 1.5 hours to complete the walk. So again, if you got enough time, it's well worth it, as this is one of the more underrated and atmospheric spots on the Amalfi Coast. Afterwards, you can grab a slice of focaccia from La Torre for €5 or opt for a lunchtime meal at Il Ristorante Nettuno. Here, you can find a budget-friendly seaside trattoria with seafood pasta. Prices here again are about €15, and remember to opt for the tap water if you want to keep the spending down to a minimum. From here, make your way back to Minori along the lemon path one last time. This gives you a great opportunity to snap up some last-minute photos of the truly amazing coastal views. Don't worry though if you decided to stay in Minori relaxing. I've got the perfect spot for your afternoon lunch. Pasticceria di Riso, which is located on the seafront, and it serves up some great pasta dishes, some of the best in the area. If you fancy a lighter lunch, then try their lemon chicken salad and grab a mini dessert, all for around the price of €15. And then from here, it's unfortunately time to head back to the B&B and collect your things. Then you gotta make the return journey back to Naples Airport. The journey is the exact same as the one that got you here, so it should take you about 3 hours, and the total cost of transport is about €19. Be mindful, though, to leave Minori at least 5 hours before your flight departs. Total spend on your final day in Amalfi is about €34, or $38, which brings the total cost of the trip up to €395, or just under $450. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the one on the screen now to continue on exploring different cities around the world. Ciao!